So finally, after waiting a considerable amount of time for my order, I got this from Pelican Parts. Unfortunately, it doesn't have everything I wanted. For example, my front spring pads, they only sent me one and refunded me for the other one. What the hell am I supposed to do with one spring pad? This may as well be a hemorrhoid donut for all I care, because I have no way of using it now. I have ordered a replacement set from the UK, and we'll see what they're like when they arrive. I noticed that this particular brand is made in China. You have your own opinions on that. I have mine. I don't like to see that personally, especially for a allegedly German company. And I don't know what the quality of the rubber is going to be like, especially long term. I know some things that are made in that country, the rubber is not the best, and it doesn't have a long lifespan. Who knows what this is like? I guess I'll never find out because I have no way of using it. You can't have two different size spring pads. That's just utterly ridiculous. But I do have some other interesting items. I have the rubber caps for the brake fluid reservoir. Not overly expensive, but I was just throwing some extra things in when I was planning to get two of these. But now, really, these extra things that were incidental at the time are the whole point of this order now. Also got the washer reservoir blocking cap, because I only have one pump. I don't have headlight washers. And also the grommet for the pump itself, because mine leaks. If you can't have water in that on the day of the inspection, that is an instant fail. You must have windscreen washing facilities, and obviously a windscreen wiper that works. I've also got the plate that the hood slams down on, so I can finally take that tape off. The infamous hose clamp on the radiator support that is broken on most 124s. That is the part number if you're interested. Not expensive, only a couple of dollars. And one last item, just the white clip for the hood release cable. That is a genuine MB new hood release cable. I didn't realise it doesn't come with the clip, so that's something else I just added to the box. Obviously this isn't everything that I need, but it's enough for a few minutes of fun. Unfortunately, 1 month of work is going to culminate in 3 minutes of fun. It kind of sounds like my conquests as a teenager. But nonetheless, let's go fit these and see what it looks like. And here's something interesting. There's actually two different types of brake fluid reservoir. Of course, nothing is ever simple. I have the ATE brand reservoir, and the caps that I've purchased are the Girling brand. So, what is the difference? Well, on the ATE reservoir, you've got these stalks coming up from the fluid floats, and on the Girling brand, they must actually be recessed because the rubber caps do have stalks in the middle on the non-ATE ones. Nonetheless, otherwise they're basically the same shape. So rather than wait another million years for the correct version caps, I just went ahead and drilled out that rubber stalk in the middle. They're practically identical other than that. So I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And just to verify that the incorrect version modified caps work, I just rigged up my $5 multimeter and verified that the floats were not being held down, which they are not, and the test functions do work. So that job is done as far as I'm concerned. I may have to revisit it, but I strongly doubt it. Here's another difference. This cap that actually just blocks off the blank hole that is not required when you don't have windscreen washers on your headlights, it is a different material. It's like a soft plastic now, and it's not rubber anymore. Perhaps it will last longer, but I think my original one was actually fine. My main issue was with the grommet around the pump. That had basically turned into hard plastic. It wasn't soft at all, and the water was just leaking straight out of there anytime I put water in that container. And that grommet basically just snapped as soon as I removed it. Not even remotely soft anymore, so that was never going to achieve anything. I will have to take that container out because I'm not happy with the interior of it. I'm going to have to clean it out again, plus there's bits of rubbish in there now. If you leave that in there, it's just going to block up my new nozzles, and we can't have that. So this rubber bushing just slides straight in with no resistance at all. It's actually the pump that slides inside of it that causes it to expand and lock it into the container. And this is the original pump. Surprisingly, it works perfectly. And of course, I just wanted to know if that was going to leak. And although I spilled water everywhere, it seems to be okay. I won't know for sure till tomorrow morning when the exterior water has dried off. I'll see if the water level has stayed the same. If it stays full overnight, then that's good enough. That will pass my inspection. And honestly, I never even use it on my blue-black car anyway. But it has to work for safety reasons. And it's certainly holding the water better than it was before, because it was basically just pouring straight out with that old grommet in there. And of course the final test, let's see if this works. Absolutely perfectly, with just 2 fingers.